Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm here to do my death predictions for The Walking Dead Season 10. It is officially that time of the year because it is now less than a month until The Walking Dead returns. I'm very excited for it. Excited to see the Whisperers again. They're so cool and creepy. And since we are less than a month away, it's gonna be a big season because it is gonna be the Whisper War. So I'm gonna be doing my death predictions in this video, going through the characters, courtesy of the Walking Dead wiki. That's an amazing website with all the characters. And we're gonna go through them and talk about who we think will survive and who we don't think will survive. You guys in the comments down below also can give your death predictions. Since it is a Whisper War, I'm assuming it's gonna be like at least a few major characters are gonna go. There's gonna be a lot of secondary characters that are possibly gonna go. I might miss some in this video. I apologize for that, because there are a ton of characters on The Walking Dead. But we're gonna try to cover at least the majority and the main ones from the communities. But before I do begin, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe. But with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so The Walking Dead wiki starts off with the Grimes family, and that's what we're gonna start off with. And the ones that are still alive in that family is Judith and RJ. Rick obviously is still alive, but Rick is, he's gone in the helicopter, and we're gonna see him in the movies. But when it comes to Judith and RJ, I say both of them are gonna survive. They're, without a doubt. I mean, I would be shocked if one of them ends up dying. That'd be like really messed up to kill a kid. But not only that, it's the fact that those two are carrying Rick's legacy, so I think both of them are gonna be good to go. Alright, next we got Carol. Carol, I say, is good. And next after that we got Daryl, so those two kind of go together. And in season 10 they are gonna have some moments together. And I think Carol and Daryl are both gonna be good. I think those two are gonna stick on the show until the very end. I know both of them have signed deals, but not even that, because deals are never like 100%. I still think that, both of them are going to be okay. Next, we got Michonne. Now, Michonne is interesting because we do know it's going to be her final season. I have seen some people say that they don't think she's going to survive and go to the movies. Some people think Michonne will die because, they think that they're kind of hiding it from us and they're going to drop it on us. That would be crazy. But my prediction is that I don't think Michonne is gonna die. I think she's gonna survive and go to the movies. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Is Michonne on your list for your death predictions? I would say no. I think Michonne is good to go. Alright, next we got Eugene and Rosita. So those two, that's gonna be tricky. I think because both those characters, like they're main characters, but they're also characters that I could see dying any moment. And I think Eugene, I'm gonna have to go with Eugene is gonna survive and Rosita's gonna die. Now I have a couple of reasons why I think Rosita's gonna die, and that's because first of all, she survived the Pikes, so she's on borrowed time, and second of all, there were reports that came out a couple weeks ago that said that the actress has signed on to a TV show on Netflix. And we know how TV shows work on The Walking Dead. It's kind of hard to, I mean, not even on The Walking Dead. We know how TV shows work in general. Balancing two TV shows is kind of tough. There's history behind that on The Walking Dead with like Maggie. But, balancing two TV shows regardless, that's going to be kind of hard to do. Now, I don't know all the details about the TV show and the filming and stuff. I know it's a Netflix show. She's playing Selena, so she's going to be like the main character on the show. And I don't know if they're going to do another situation where she just, leaves, like a character leaves because they're like the actor or an actress is leaving the show. So I would say Rosita is probably going to die during the Whisper War. She's on borrowed time. The actress is doing other projects. So I would say Eugene is good. Rosita's gonna go. Next we got Gabriel. Now Gabriel is one that I'm kind of on the fence about, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I think Gabriel will survive. And the reason why I think he will survive, and I chose that because again I am kind of on the fence of it. Like let's say Gabriel ends up dying, like I wouldn't be like, my mind wouldn't be blown or anything like that. I'm on the fence, but I will say the show will spare him only because he's not like too he has like a nice role on the show. Like he's there, he helps out, not he doesn't have like the biggest fan base or anything like that. He's a nice asset. I think TV show Gabriel is a lot better than the comic Gabriel, and I think he just has a nice little role for him, and I don't really see him leaving. I don't see him dying during the Whisper War. But all the stuff I just said, that could also be all reasons why he could also die. So again, I'm on the fence with him, but I will go ahead and say no, I don't think he will. Alright, so some of the other Alexandrians that could be potential victims of the Whisper War, starting off with Eren. I'm going to go ahead and say Eren. This might shock some of you, but I have a bad feeling about Eren. I don't know why. Ever since the trailer, him and Negan, like, he seems very upset throughout the trailer. He seems worried, talking to Michonne and stuff. There was a shot in the trailer where he was cornered. But not only that, he's been on the show for a long time. And there just isn't much going on for him. He seems like he should be a bigger character than he is. And I don't know what they're doing with Eren. And I think if they want to kill off some major characters that will actually make fans feel something and then be like, okay, they're not joking around here. They're actually killing some of the characters we're really familiar with. So I just kind of have a bad feeling about Eren, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up dying. Alright, next we got Scott. Now, I don't even know what to say about Scott, because with Scott, I think, wasn't he only in like one episode last season? Like, I don't really know what they're doing with him. Like, I don't think it really makes a difference whether he lives or dies, because he's barely on the show. And I don't get that. I don't know why they barely use Scott. I like Scott. I think the actor carries a lot of charisma. Like, I like seeing him on screen, and I want them to use him more. But due to the fact that they barely use him, I have a bad feeling about him, and I think he might die during the Whisper War. Alright, moving on to some of the saviors who are involved in Alexandria. We got Negan. I think Negan's going to be good to go. Laura, however, I think Laura could potentially die during the Whisper War. I definitely do, because she's not on the show too much. I think some of the saviors, will be interesting to see if some of the saviors follow Negan and they ended up getting killed following Negan. But I don't have a good feeling about Laura. Alden, I think Alden's gonna be good. I know he's waiting for Maggie to return. They also added Dante. I skipped over Dante because they just added Dante. I don't think he's gonna die. But Alden's been on the show for a while now, and I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna be good because, like I said, he's waiting for Maggie, and I think they set up that little thing between him and Maggie, and if he just dies now, that'll be a little bit weird. And he's a good character. He's a good guy. So I think he's going to be good. Next, we got some of the Hilltoppers, starting off with Birdie. Well, some of these characters is sort of like a gamble because, especially like Birdie and Cat, like those two characters, they're like the main Hilltoppers that are sort of like background characters, but we're familiar with them, if that makes sense. But some of those characters, like, it's sort of like 50-50 because they could kill them and, that's that, or they could, survive and then we don't even see them that much in the rest of the season. So it's sort of like, I don't really know what's happening with this character. But Birdie and Cal, I would be shocked if they both survive this season. I think at least one of them will die. And my guess would probably be Cal. Eduardo, I have a bad feeling about Eduardo too, because now we know there's also some connection between Eduardo and Maggie, and Eduardo is not on the show that much, and I think if Eduardo does die though, it will have some sort of effect on Maggie. And since Maggie is coming back, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these Hilltoppers are back. There needs to be some sort of like, Maggie can't just come back to like like everybody's all happy and stuff. There's gonna be some bad news for her, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Hilltoppers do end up dying. And I think Eduardo could be one of those characters, since he's barely even on the show, but they have already established and set up some sort of connection between him and Maggie. And then we also got Earl. I have a bad feeling about Earl also because we saw what happened to his wife. We saw what happened to Tammy, and I think Earl, he might just fight. He just might fight it out, and he might end up getting killed during the Whisper War. I can definitely see him being really frustrated and upset with the Whisperers, and he just might go fight. He just might go save somebody or, put his life on the line to go fight these Whisperers because of what they did to his wife, and that could cost him his life. So I would say, yeah, I do think Earl will die this season. Alright, moving on, we got the Kingdom. We got Ezekiel, Jerry, Diane, and Nabila. Now, when it comes to those four characters, for a long time, I was thinking that Ezekiel could possibly die because even up to this video, I had to think about it a lot because Ezekiel is on borrowed time also. But that being said, the two other leaders from the other communities, Rick and Maggie, and now even Michonne, they're not here anymore. So killing off, Ezekiel, I don't think will be a smart move. So I don't think they're gonna do it. But that being said, I have a bad feeling about Jerry. And with The Walking Dead, you know, killing off characters, you need to kill off characters that will make people feel something. And I think Jerry is that perfect example. And I could see him going during a Whisper War, because I don't really see any of the other Kingdomers dying. And I think Jerry, he's like a family man now. Everybody loves him. And that would be a death that, you know, would really make people feel something, and I have a bad feeling about him. Next, we got Oceanside, so we got Rachel and Sydney. I believe Beatrice is also alive, but we haven't seen her. I do think one of the Oceanside women will die, and I would probably guess Sydney, because I know the actress is doing a lot of other stuff. And I think they kind of already set up Rachel to have like a leadership role there. And I think Sydney could possibly end up dying. Alright, next we got Magna's group. We got Magna, Luke, Yumiko, Connie, and Kelly. And I think one person from this group will die. Maybe two, but at least one. So I'm only going to pick one for this video. And the one person I will pick will probably be Kelly. Now, the reason why I think Kelly would die is because obviously she has a huge connection with her sister, and that's going to hugely affect Connie. She also has a good relationship with Luke. And she's like the person in the group that's always like trying to make the group stick together and, you know, just kind of work together. And, you know, remember she kind of got everybody to go out and look for Luke. So she's like that character whose death would, I think, will affect everybody the most. So that's why I think it's going to be Kelly. You guys let me know, who do you think will die in her Magnus group? But I think at least one will die, and I think it's going to be Kelly. Alright, moving on to the Whisperers. The main Whisperers, you know, Alpha, Beta, Lydia. Lydia, I think, is good. I don't even really consider her a Whisperer anymore because she looks to be on the good side. But that being said, Beta and Alpha, I think, will die. We also got Gamma. Because she's going to be a new addition to the show. And yeah, I think Alpha, Beta, and Gamma are all going to die. I don't really see them surviving. Like, they've done too much. I mean, we don't know about Gamma. Like, we haven't seen her yet. But Alpha and Beta, like, I don't see those characters surviving, you know, for what they did. I don't really see like a Negan situation for the Whisperers. I think it's going to be totally different. So I think both of them will die, Alpha and Beta, and possibly Gamma. We don't know any really thing about her, but I'm assuming, you know, if she's going to be a bad Whisperer also, yeah, she probably will die as well. Alright, so those are my death predictions for The Walking Dead Season 10. Quick recap, we got Rosita, Aaron, Scott, Laura, Cal, Eduardo, Earl, Jerry, Sydney, Kelly, and then Alpha and Beta. And possibly Gamma, you know, depending on, you know, what her character is like. But I'm going to go ahead and say the majority of the Whisperers will die. But yeah, go ahead and leave your thoughts and opinions. You know, do you agree or disagree with my picks? And go ahead and leave your predictions in the comments down below. This was a pretty big list that I drew up, but the Whisper War, you know, it's going to be a big war. So these are the characters that I would guess, you know, have the highest chance of dying during the Whisper War. Everybody else, I think, will be good for the most part. If any of the characters that I didn't list on this, you know, video end up dying, I would be really shocked. But these characters I kind of see, like, I wouldn't be that shocked if these characters, you know, end up dying. But again, let me know in the comments down below your predictions. I am going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And for more Walking Dead videos just like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.